Well, it's another weekend conference. We play a Concordia team who played very well when they were here. We controlled the game at times, but didn't let things slip, and they had their best shooting night of the year that night. And had a young man, Jared Gray, make 7 of 9, very good shooter, and I think they made 12 of 20 as a team. That kept them in the game, and they ended up tying it late, and we made a basket and got a stop to a win. Every night in this league is tough. You can't overlook anybody. I think that both Concordia and Western Oregon found that out last weekend when they went into Simon Fraser. Really, Simon should have got 2 wins, but Concordia pulled off a miracle. That being said, Concordia is a very well-coached team. Coach Barbrick has had a lot of success, and he will make it tough on us on Thursday night. I think that it's a doubleheader, and I anticipate a very good crowd for them. And they're battling for a spot in the conference tournament. They're right on the outside looking in, and with everybody playing each other, it wouldn't be unusual if they snuck in. And that's their carrot. They can't go to the NCAA tournament, but they can go to the GNAC tournament. It gives their kids something to look forward to and try to build towards. So we're concentrating on Concordia and Concordia only right now. We're relatively healthy, and so we'll be taking the same crew down. And then after that, we'll go to Western Oregon for our last road game. They're playing well in 3rd place. If you're in 3rd place, you're playing well, no matter what's going on. And we have a lot of respect for Coach Shaw. He's a really good coach. They're one of the better defensive teams in the league. So we know that'll be a battle, a physical battle when we go there. It'll be up to us to take care of the basketball. They cause a lot of turnovers, and we're going to have to be. We're going to have to take care of the basketball and not have a lot of live ball turnovers, which lead to easy baskets for them. So we've had a good couple of days of preparation, and we'll travel tomorrow and be ready for this weekend.
Coach, why do you think that your team has been so good over these last games? What are you seeing that you didn't see before the streak started?
Well, I think we've been playing well for quite a while. The expectations in the beginning of the year, I think, were a little bit too much, just because we had a lot of players back. But we also took a couple of important pieces away, and we added 2 important pieces. Brian McGill was one of the best players in the region last year, and Christian Leckman was a 5th-year player with a lot of experience. And so, taking those 2 kids out of the lineup and then adding in Connor Devine and Gus and Ashton, kids who didn't have any experience in the program, and then just replacing them with 2 different type of players. We played mainly a 4-guard lineup last year, and Christian played undersized at the post, so we ran our offense one way, and now throwing Connor in there and some of the other guys, we were experimenting a lot early, the players will tell you that we experimented a lot early before we settled on a defensive or an offensive system. Really, that happened after the Nazarene game when we had that big break. It might have happened before that, but from beginning of November until beginning of December, we were playing 2-3 games a week, and so there wasn't a whole lot of practice time. When we had that big break after Nazarene, we were able as a staff to reevaluate and really zero in on what we wanted to do systematically, and I think we've been pretty good since that time. We've been one of the better defensive teams in the country. We've been more efficient. At that point, we were turning the ball over about 16.5 times a game. We're about 10 now. I think in the last 12 games, we're probably under 10. So I think we've been playing well. I think we're one of the better teams in the region, if not the country, right now. There's not many teams that have only lost twice since December 3rd. There may be 1 or 2 in the West region who can say that. Now, that being said, we got to continue to win basketball games, but we've got a senior group with a lot of confidence, a coaching staff with a lot of confidence in them, and we'll continue to work hard and hopefully continue to be successful.
So you clinch a playoff berth. Does that mean some of the starters might get some rest? You might see some newcomers, or is it?
No, we're trying to win a conference championship. I mean, they reward a conference champion, regular season champion. They reward a conference tournament champion. And anytime you compete, we're going to try and compete for those. It's not roles change as you get late in the year. Benches get shortened. minutes get shortened for some people, longer for others. We're going to do whatever it takes to win basketball games, and we're going to try and win as many as we can. I'm not a big guy on losing, and so we're going to try and win it every time we go out. We're not going to try and do anything different. We're not worried about clinching a tournament spot because we want to be the #1 seed in terms of winning the league. And that's our goal. Not clinching a spot was not our goal.
Was that at all a relief, though, to know, okay, that's taken care of, we can move to the next goal or next assignment?
Not really, because if we were going to reach where we expected to, that was going to happen. And it was a long way looking up when we were 5-3 or whatever we were, but we knew, and I think the guys knew, that if they stayed the course and worked hard, that we had the talent to continue to win. We showed that last year when we were healthy. We had a good core crew back, and it was just finding a way to mix those other pieces in the proper way. It's like anything. You cook something, and you can have most of the ingredients, but if you change one or two, it's going to change the recipe and the outcome. And that's what happened to us. And it took us a little bit of experiment with those new ingredients, but I think we've got a pretty good product right now.
So, Corey, just your thoughts heading into the final 2 weeks of the regular season.
My thoughts are kind of the same that they've been throughout the year, just one game at a time. We go into every game same way. Different opponent, but we just got to come prepared and focused and with the same intensity no matter who we're playing, and find a way to win and just continue to build on it.
For you, what have you seen differently, or I guess that has stood out for the team's success over these last 8 games?
I think we're playing better together. Like Coach said, it kind of took a little while for us to get to know each other, I guess, and play. Losing B and Christian, even last year it took us a while to get going, but adding 2 new pieces in Ash and Connor, especially Connor, now that we have 2 posts playing, it took a little while. But I think we've made the adjustment and we're really kind of clicking right now. Defensively, we know what we're doing. Offensively, we're buying in, and I think we're putting together some good wins right now.
Now, you've been in this situation before, Final 4 games of the regular season, and now as a senior. How can you kind of take some of the lessons that you've learned in previous years and kind of apply that to the Final 4 games?
We're a pretty experienced group, I gotta say. It's kind of funny. We're probably the oldest group in the GNAC. All of our guys on the team are 21, so they've kind of been through the process. And what most of us, the starters especially, will say is just take it one game at a time. Just like I said, just focus in on the task at hand, get the dub, and then go on to the next game. So.
And how about for you? As of late, you've come on strong, a double-double last outing. What's kind of been working for you so well, whether it be down low or taking shots?
I think I'm just kind of finding my areas to score a little bit better now. Last year I was having to play the 5 a lot more, and we're going what Coach said with the 4-guard lineup and the 1 post. This year we're kind of going with 2 posts and stuff, and it kind of took me a little while to adjust to being a little bit more out on the perimeter. And I think I'm finding my spots to kind of score more now, and I'm realizing my role. So.
Yeah, Corey, last year. At this point in the season, you guys ended up being pretty banged up. How are you guys feeling kind of health-wise this year and feeling as far as energy to kind of close out here?
Health-wise, I think we're definitely a lot better than last year, that's for sure. Deontay, I don't see in a boot or a sleeve. Spencer can walk now. I'm not getting phone calls from him at 12 at night saying I can't get up, I can't walk. So I think we're a lot healthier this year. But saying that, we do have some aches and pains. That's just what happens during this time of the year. You're going to have aches and pains when you play, when you practice and you play twice a week. You're going to have those. So, but I think we're doing a great job managing it. The trainers do a really good job working with us and making sure we're at optimal performance. So.